Tell me if this sounds familiar. You got a Nintendo Switch 2 and suddenly you're flooded with all different accessories from all different brands, all claiming to be must-have accessories, but what's actually worth it? Well, I tested a bunch of them, and not only do I have answers, but I found some that change the way you use your Switch 2. Starting off with this Piranha Plant Nintendo Switch 2 camera. Yep, it's a real thing. So I've heard about this for months leading up to the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, and I finally have my hands on it. Not many people got this thing. It's officially licensed, and upon pulling it out, it is so much smaller than I thought. Oh my gosh. So first things first, we have the base, which actually has some heft. I mean, as it should, it is the base of the camera. It needs some weight to it. And then if I dump out the rest here, we have the Piranha Plant camera. Now this does bend, and that's how you're going to put it inside the base, but it has these little leaves as well, which I believe we can snap on here. Yes, there we go. And so what you do is you bend the Piranha Plant and you put it via USB-C into the base, and this is how your camera is looking. Look at that, it couldn't be any better. Now what you can do is you can open up his mouth, and that's where you'll find the actual camera. Now for comparison, here is the Nintendo Switch 2 official camera versus the officially licensed Piranha Plant camera. There is definitely a size difference and also a difference in how big the actual camera is. And what I love is how you can close the Piranha Plant's mouth, and that kind of acts as the shutter from the official Switch 2 camera. That's a great touch. But how does this thing actually look? You can definitely notice a difference. However, in game chat, your camera is going to be tiny anyway. No one is really gonna notice that much. So if you still want it because the Piranha Plant looks cool, no one is really gonna grill you for the quality. Although it is, once again, very noticeable. Regardless, I would still give the Piranha Plant camera an 8.5 out of 10. And our next Switch 2 accessory is one that I'm actually very excited for. This is the NS2 Supcase Handle Host Charging Storage Base. Guys, these names, I'm convinced they just hit the random word generator and just put whatever comes out onto the box. The freaking handle host is here. So we open it up, and I don't even exactly know what's gonna slide out of here. Oh, okay. Take it out, and this is elaborate. So we have a USB cable here. I imagine this goes inside of the Switch 2 dock, which we actually have right here. So that's gonna go in like this on the case, and then we plug this USB cable into the dock, and that's how it gets its power. Okay, so we have some things cooking here. Now we need 4 Joy-Cons, because I believe with the Joy-Cons here, they will charge. So the console goes in here, and then we got 1 Joy-Con, 2 Joy-Con, 3 and 4 Joy-Cons. So we have all that going, but it gets even better. We can then insert all of our Switch games inside here for easy access. And if you thought this couldn't get any cooler as is, let me plug in the dock. Okay, oh, look at that. And it freaking lights up, or it did, there it is. It lights up blue and red flashing. I believe that we can change that though. So there's a button here. That's a little bit confusing, but if I keep pressing the lights, we can change it. I believe this is changing from all colors. It goes green, then it goes purple, blue, red. So you'll see it has 3 green lights on the minus, and plus, and it has 1 red light on this Joy-Con. I believe it means that one is still charging, but these 3 all have green lights. They are all fully charged. In terms of a rating, I'd go 8 out of 10. The dock didn't seem very sturdy in there. The lighting configuration is a tad bit confusing, but you know what? It's pretty freaking nice otherwise. But next up, folks, we have the game changer. The Kill Switch 2 and Joy-Con 2 skins, courtesy of our friends and sponsor of today's video, Dbrand. Thanks to Dbrand, I've been rocking the Kill Switch 2 case on my Nintendo Switch 2, and aside from this video, it hasn't come off since day 1. Here's me doing a podcast on a trip. It is still on. You'd probably need a crowbar to take this thing away from me. It makes the Switch 2 so much more comfortable to hold in handheld mode. and you can even still dock it with the dock adapter, which I love. And there's also a 100-pound crush-proof protected travel cover you can pick up and put your games inside of. I can't explain how useful this is, but here's the real kicker. Every Kill Switch 2 case comes with a free Joy-Con 2 skin. Normally, applying skins is terrifying. One wrong move and your Joy-Con 2s become Joy-Con 1.5s, but just line it up slow, press it down firm, and boom. Personally, I love these color match skins as they perfectly match the inside colors of the Joy-Con 2s. But there's so many other options to explore on Dbrand's website. If you want to check any of these out, and you'd be dumb not to, the link is at the top of the description, and thank you Dbrand for sponsoring this video. Now our next accessory I think is the best thing you can buy. So much so, this is the second video I'm now doing with this. This is the controller decorative component for the NS2 Joypad. Don't worry, it's for the Joy-Cons. I don't know what a Joypad is. You open it up and inside you will find this blue bracket, this red or orange bracket, whatever. Is it red? Is it orange? I think it's red. And you'll find a little blue, I believe they call it spudger, picking tool thing. And so you might think, Max, what could this possibly go to? Well, it goes to the Joypad, of course. Joy-Con, of course. And so what you do is you put the little blue tool in here and just kind of work your way and pick, if I can do it, this bracket off of your Joy-Con 2s. And once you get it started, you can kind of just keep on peeling. Now, I will say, when you do it, it feels very wrong, and I actually just bent to this bracket, so there's no going back here. And then you simply just insert this blue bracket like so, and now you have blue on the inside and blue on the outside. Now let's do the second Joy-Con and stick the new one on, and look at what a difference that makes, my friends. And so now when you put them on the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, all that blue and red on the inside get hidden, but now you can see them both ways. It's such a neat upgrade. I mean, honestly, because I bought these, I bought like 6 packs for $4 or something off of a Chinese website, I believe AliExpress? Because it's so cheap and it's so freaking cool, I think this has got to be a 10 out of 10 accessory. I mean, there's no way around it. It's not $40, it's not hard to do. I did it in a minute over here. There's no better way to go. Next, if you don't want that and you also like lights and you also like charging things, the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con 2 charging dock is awesome. At least I hope it is. That's what the reviews said. Douche. Okay, we have it here. Of course, it's in nice wrapping paper, plastic, one of those. And so on the sides, we have spots to put the Joy-Cons. We have 2 left Joy-Con slots and 2 right Joy-Con slots. Let me plug this in so you can see the best part. So you can plug this USB cable into the dock, and the other end, which is going to be USB-C, assuming your dock doesn't fall over, that's going to plug into the back here. And this lights up also. We got purple, we got green, we got magenta. Y'all don't know about magenta. That's the greatest color of all time. Okay, so I made a lump in the blanket, but that's the only way this thing can stand. You get your 4 Joy-Cons and you start putting them in here with those satisfying magnets. And this almost feels like it could be the same brand. Is it the same brand? I have no, let me check. Okay, these look like the same brand. I think they are, but one says Supcase and one doesn't, so no idea, but they look similar. Anyways, they have the exact same red charging icons and the green charging icons if they are fully charged, and the exact same lighting button. I think they're the same brand. And it of course lights up all different colors. Very awesome if you want a nice colorful dock to get the job done. I have one for my Switch 1 Joy-Cons and it's not colorful. This is the move though. This gets you some swag, as the kids say, if you're in 3rd grade. I like it. Assuming that it gets the job done, I give this, to be honest, a 10 out of 10. The Joy-Cons don't fall off, it lights up, it charges. You couldn't ask for much more. And next, one of the only official Nintendo accessories that we have in this video is the Nintendo Switch 2 all-in-one carrying case. Max, this one seems so boring. Don't skip yet, because unlike a bunch of other cases, this is the best one. You take it out of the plastic here and it says Nintendo. I mean, that's the best part, right? Okay, you unzip this and listen, I have a GameStop case that is just like this, but it's not made the same. This carrying case holds your dock, your 2 Joy-Cons, your charging grip, the Pro Controller, the charger itself, and it has all these cool icons which shows you exactly where to put what. Now, as I mentioned, I have a GameStop one, and can we get that? And so this one is the GameStop one. Look, you open it, and it's like, well, just put whatever you want wherever you want. There's no dedicated slot for anything. But the Nintendo one, it's got those slots. Let's go ahead and assemble all of this. So charging grip goes in, right Joy-Con, left Joy-Con, tablet itself, the dock, if it'll fit, there it goes, Pro Controller, and the charging block goes in there, and I imagine we can just kind of wrap up this cord and put it behind the Pro Controller or something. And there you go, look at this. Now it does have some heft, but that is to be expected because you have a lot of things in here. But I mean, you probably won't find a better third-party carrying case that does all of this, at least at launch anyway. Now we should practice durability before I rate this thing. I'm not gonna throw it, I'm sorry. But if we shake it up, if we do some things, let's say it's in your suitcase and the airport dudes just don't care at all. Okay, so we shook it up a decent amount. If we open it up, everything seems just about fine. Should I mention, you can also put some game cartridges in the top here, I just noticed. And there's also a zipper. I'm pretty bad at examining things, but you have some extra compartments there. And in terms of the airport guys messing with your stuff, I mean, everything seems fine. This wire is kind of popped out, but it honestly shouldn't even be right there in the first place. Pro Controller intact. Joy-Cons didn't get too messed up. Some things have some wiggle in here, but I wouldn't say enough to where your controllers and Switch will actually break. Otherwise, I would say it's a success. If I'm being honest, listen, it feels durable, it holds everything. I know that I'm gonna need this in the future. This could maybe be a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it, because it's not super amazing in terms of like shock value, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's very, very good though. But next is something I already opened up, and you're probably wondering what this whole long contraption is. This is the Nintendo GameCube adapter. So you put your GameCube controllers in here, and it works with PC, Wii U, if you wanna go that route, Switch 1, Switch 2, and why do you need this, you might ask? Well, if you are a dandy Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack member, not only are you rich, come on, share the love. Put me on your family plan, please. But you have access to the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online library, and plugging in a real GameCube controller here lets you use this controller on your Nintendo Switch 2. Just plug these 2 USB question into your dock, and there you go. I mean, it's some wired contraption. You may save some hassle by just buying the $65 Nintendo Switch Online GameCube controller, but in case you're balling on a budget, you can find these adapters for $20. And also the cost of buying 4 GameCube Switch Online controllers versus buying 4 real GameCube controllers and an adapter is very different. It's a lot, but in terms of an accessory, I would rate this a solid 9 out of 10. My only complaint is you get rid of those 2 extra USB ports. Not optimal. Next, this one may seem boring to you, but I need this so bad. The Nintendo Switch car charger. Now, let me tell you a story. I just got back from a trip to New Jersey, and on that trip, I was trying to charge my Switch 2 in the car, and let me tell you, I ran through about 2-3 different chargers, and nothing worked. I would either stay at the same battery percentage, or it wouldn't even work and I would lose battery. And I used to have one of these car chargers for my Switch 1, and this thing worked like a charm. I don't know where it went though, so I have a new one. Just a little lesson, if your chargers ain't working, if your little USB-C cable from Walmart doesn't do the job, this is only about 10-15 bucks on Amazon. If you need it, you can get it. I haven't used it in forever, but 10-year-old me would have given this a 10 out of 10. 10-year-old, 10 out of 10. There's a lot of 10s going on. Then, to end the video with an accessory I can't get over, the most essential one of all time. Honestly, the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. Now, I won't tell you the story, but I think that we got this one for free, so I'll let you speculate on how I did that. But man, I've been using the Pro Controller for pretty much everything not in handheld mode, except for when I tried to use the Mario Kart steering wheel. didn't go to plan, but I just truly think there's never going to be a better controller to use with your Nintendo Switch 2. It's so lightweight, especially compared to the original Switch 1 Pro controller. The sticks are honestly like butter. The buttons don't feel any better elsewhere, and the back buttons add to the experience. There's a headphone jack. I mean, these might be basic things, but Nintendo's never made a better controller. I hereby give this a 10 out of 10. You won't find better. I had to bring this up. But folks, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you Dbrand for sponsoring. Their link is down below. If you want to see any more of my content, click around here and you'll see some more great Switch 2 videos from me. I'll see you all soon. Adios.